currently top of the CS board. 15-3, that's pretty impressive against an Ursa.
EternaLEnVy getting pressured under the tower. They glyph for this too, and Tiny's coming in.
That is a smart glyph. Usually you save your glyph to be able to win the mid lane, but this is a great opportunity for them to put pressure onto EternaLEnVy. They are going to be able to get him with the avalanche, slow him down. The death pull should be enough to finish him off, and that's going to be your first blood. XinQ picks it up on EternaLEnVy.
EternaLEnVy going down early.
Uh-oh, nice, leap into an arrow. That was a cute little play from Universe. XCJ couldn't get there in time to be able to block it.
He might just juke it into the trees.
Tries to juke it into the trees, but that's a dead end, my friend. And they will trade 1-for-1 now.
Right now for Serenity.
Top lane, they're going to go for the dive. EternaLEnVy super low, but trying to get the healing salve. He will be able to juke around a little bit, but the death pulse finds him. Couldn't really get far enough away. Try and position themselves to contest. That's why the mid is here in the jungle right now. He really wants to make sure they can't actually steal that. PYW does manage to get the AoE stun onto the birds, but they're trying to target XinQ. He pops a Ghost Shroud to protect himself a little bit. Now the Lina on the other side does manage to hit up on the Bane. Reaper's Scythe will manage to get all that off there. He's getting a little bit of heal off of the Death Pulse stacks, fortunately, and that just means Fnatic gonna have a hard time killing him, and they're gonna try and go for the familiars. Abed goes for the resummon to prevent that Blink Dagger.
They're prioritizing this right now because they lack a little bit of initiation.
ZYD does not have the Laguna Blade. Is coming up in a second here, but the sleep comes up.
He's got Fiend's Grip
just in time, and maybe with the Fiend's Grip, ZYD's all by himself. Ogre's going to try and come forward. He actually gives up on it. He says that is too far of a distance for me to trek.
Now Fnatic still posturing forward.
Dire are scanning.
Universe is going to throw an arrow to try and protect it. LSA goes out, and they do manage to get a really good slowdown there. From the Phoenix, Ghost Scepter goes off to be able to dodge a lot of damage. That just sets up tiny millions, but he keeps on missing the sun. PYW, a beautiful setup, but it's not good enough. The Supernova already up. They have to retreat. With Alina dead, they have very little damage left. So Fnatic, they do manage to win this initial fight, but PYW, he does have another opportunity with that blink. They're going to go for the Ult Scepter from XinQ, slowing down this Visage. Now he jumps in with the familiars. They jumped in. They managed to hit the stun with a follow-up arrow. The Reaper Sight is not going to be good enough. They completely whiffed that one. Now, maybe, just maybe with zhizhizhi, they will be able to pick up one kill, and that's Universe is out of leap charges. But still, a decent exchange there for Fnatic in the end. Up there was on perfect point there, right as PYW tried to jump in, and just results in a quick arrow death. Now we're going to go back to the game where PYW does manage to catch up. Abed, the LSA doesn't actually land, and Abed managed to get away. Turn around, Lagoon Blade does manage to finish off pieliedie. Abed's chased away by the missile wall in the mid lane. XinQ barely lives through all that magic damage. Nice arrow. EternaLEnVy, is he actually going to blink in? He's trying to chase down the Necropulse, while still we follow Abed, who's trying to survive through all this. Caught by PYW, but still not enough. Universe is able to beat back zhizhizhi. The Gyrocopter has to run away from that physical damage, and the 4-mana Serenity struggles to be able to catch more than just pieliedie. They did at least force. Yeah. Does that include the Necrophos? You think he's going the right build? Centaur stun, nice double Centaur stun. The LSA arrow follow-up late for that one, and zhizhizhi just gets blown up. XCJ, he's going to be next on the firing line as Abed is able to take him down. And that just gives a lot of opportunities for arrows or Fiend's Grip.
Oh, pieliedie.
Speaking of that, man, he's going to get the Nightmare off. Caught by the LSA, though. Dead again.
pieliedie doesn't care. Because look at this, PYW.
Tries to get in there. Fnatic this time around do not manage to trade pieliedies for anything worth it. In fact, if anything, Abed may be caught here. PYW is going to toss him back into the team. That is a beautiful placement. They do throw out the Supernova, but there's no damage to be able to protect it. The arrow's going to come in, but the egg does explode still with all of Serenity focusing it down. Abed.
Universe is going to connect to the rest of his team.
Look at
should be the big fight.
He feels like he's so tanky, and he might be right. The Gold Scepter being used on an enraged Ursa. That was not the initiation in the middle of everyone. The Supernova, it does manage to go throw down, but the BKB activated by zhizhizhi with a flat cannon does manage to take that out. And now, Fnatic just falling apart now. This best of one, they get all wiped. And Aegis come back here for EternaLEnVy's Ursa, but he's got nowhere to run to. He can't blink out. That is 6 people dead from Fnatic, all for an Ogre.
Up. They want to try to find a core here.
PYW leading the way. His smoke is going to pop first. He blinks the wrong direction. Universe is able to leap away. Arrow misses there. DJ's on the side. They spotted out with the Death Pulse. EternaLEnVy's going to be found here. PYW, he may not have caught Universe, but EternaLEnVy goes down instead.
Pieliedie.
Sleep
onto the Necro.
They're going to stumble into the Ro1 attempt. They're going to throw out the arrow.
Oh, the arrow hits.
XinQ, that's pretty good. He's at half HP. They need to try and get this one. XCJ, he's going to try and stop someone. He's not pieliedie for being able to get Fiend's Grip, but it's still enough to be able to take out XinQ. But now, Fnatic start retreating. XCJ, a little bit of target there. They do manage to get a Nightmare out on Selena, trying to set up on him, but he managed to get off the BKB before the birds drop. Now PYW comes in and just starts beating down PYW.
And he's got some bashes.
Supernova already going down. He does manage to get the bashes coming in, but it's not enough to be able to win that fight. But maybe on the Lina, it's almost enough. The Reaper's Scythe is not enough to be able to stop him from killing the Lina. And now XinQ has to start backing away from EternaLEnVy with no go shot up for 3 seconds. They do manage to get the stuns. He gets a little bit of a Spirit Vessel. XinQ is still surviving though, and Fnatic retreat back to their shrine. zhizhizhi threatening them with the missiles. But Fnatic underneath the shrine will feel like they can still reset. Serenity, they're fine with the way the team fight is gone because they can go straight back into Ro1 and claim that Aegis and Cheese.
Everyone fought back for that on both teams, as the Aegis and Cheese is going to go towards Serenity. Like you said, the gold lead heavily favoring Fnatic.
5 buybacks from Serenity of it. Even if they don't get the Ro1 themselves, they now have a window back into this game.
Envy buys out his BKB. This is the big fight. Serenity, they need to grab a Rex here.
W just goes for the quick kill on to pieliedie. DJ comes in, does manage to hit some pretty good fire spirits, throws out the Supernova now. That's why zhizhizhi goes in. They need to be able to get the bash to protect the Supernova, and it's not good enough. zhizhizhi may die, but that's just going to be the Aegis, and there is going to be no go down. Universe is doing pretty good, but Envy still ends up falling. Abed gets some really good control, but there's just no damage to follow it up as Universe has already blown his BKB. They're going to finish off the Familiars and probably take the lane of Rax as well. Can they go for more though?
Is going to pay off. Fnatic now playing blind, but they're going to smoke up anyways with no vision.
pieliedie, he's going to be the first one to break the smoke. XCJ is on the front lines as well. PYW is going to jump in, try and go for the main. Universe immediately trying to see that opportunity to go for him, but they're also blowing up Abed. Reaper's Scythe comes in, takes him out. He does have a buyback. EternaLEnVy turning with his BKB, but they just kite him around. This is the power of the Scotty and the Jar Copter. EternaLEnVy has nothing to be able to hold on to. The Moonlight Shadow drops the sentry, and there goes Envy. Come up with a response and fast. Otherwise, they will no longer have that tier 3 to rely on. XinQ takes a lot of damage too. There goes that Aeon Disc. He will be able to protect him. The Supernova goes down, but they get the V-Script onto the jar. Comes to the Supernova, still dies from ZYD. He managed to focus that on the back line. Universe tried to go for the assassination attempt on Selena, couldn't quite get it and dies instead. He does have a buyback, but he's holding on to it now as he sees that his team is successfully repelling Serenity.
They're still 5-man strong right now. They've got the refresher on a XinQ.
And they've already popped that, so they've got a second round of the Aeon Disc. Jump in from PYW, he jumps and tries to get EternaLEnVy, he managed to get the look to play. There goes EternaLEnVy, there comes the buyback, and Reaper's Scythe cuts down the Phoenix with no buyback either. He's dead for 2 minutes. And arrow comes out, another swing and a miss there from Fnatic as they just seem to have no lockdown. pieliedie, he's just gonna die to flat cannon shots, not like this, Fnatic. A lane of Rax gone. Serenity, they see one more to go and they will have Megas, and they'll probably have the game in the bag.
Fnatic, if you get Mega here, that might just be all their hopes and dreams.
Trying to jump in and meet it. Yule Scepter from CYD, stopping EternaLEnVy. He tries to turn, but he can't really go on XinQ. He's already go-tried it, so he goes PYW, but he's the last man standing. EternaLEnVy calls it GG from Fnatic. Team Serenity will move on in the International.